Hare Krishna. Okay, let's progress. Uh, so we are moving to chapter 2 after completion of chapter 1, where we saw the appearance of Lord Krishna, or rather the background of the story of appearance of Lord Krishna in the womb of Devaki and the backstory of why her brother Kamsa wants to kill her before even Krishna is born. Okay, so this one is prayers for the demigods in for Lord Krishna in the womb. Very beautiful set of prayers. Let's see this one. Okay, chapter 2, 10th canto, shlokas 1 and 2. Yes, Soumya Mataji, go ahead.
हरे कृष्ण श्रीशुक उवाच प्रलम्बबकचाणूर तृणावर्तमहाशनैः मुष्टिकारिष्टद्विविध पूतनाकेशिधेनुकैः अन्यैश्चासुरभूपालैर्बाणभौमादिभिर्युतः यदूनां कदनं चक्रे बलीमागधः संशयः.
Very nice.
Translation. Shukdev Goswami said, under the protection of Magad Raja, the Jarasandha and the powerful Kamsa began persecuting the king of the Yadu dynasty. In this, he had the cooperation of demons like Pralamba, Baka, Chanura, Trinavarta, Aghasura, Mushtika, Arishta, Dvividha, Putana, Keshi, Dhenuka, Bhanasura, Narakasura, and many other demoniac kings on the surface of the earth.
So we all know the backstory here that the Mother Earth is burdened by so many demons and demoniac kings, and that is being listed out here. They were all creating havoc, and therefore Mother Earth went to Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma to the Supreme Lord, that we need support for killing all of these various demoniac people. And of course, the famous verse comes again: Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय sambhavami yuge yuge. Yeah, we all know this. The Lord keeps coming again and again and again, and for doing the samhar of all the demoniac people. Yeah, but the principal reason for the Lord to come here is to give all the jivas a chance to go back home, back to Godhead. Yeah, so that is the entire purpose of the material world. The material world is for reform. The Lord sends in many reformers so that the jiva can change his outlook from self to Krishna. Yeah, that is what the entire reason this material world is created. And Srila Prabhupada here makes that point, that the Lord's purpose in maintaining this material world is to give everyone a chance to go back home, back to God. An interesting use of the word maintaining. Yeah, so it's like the government also maintains a prison house. Yeah, so same way the Lord is also maintaining this material world, because it is an opportunity for various jivas who come here to go back home, back to Godhead. But many political leaders and kings are trying to hinder the purpose of the Lord. They want to keep the jivas here in this material world, yeah, by offering them various greed and opportunistic lifestyles, so that they can create as much bad karmas for themselves and be stuck in this material world. Garbham sancharya rohinyam. So Srila Prabhupada here, therefore, what does he say? The Lord therefore appears either himself or his plenary portions to help the jivas. And here the reference given is to Garbham sancharya rohinyam devakya yogamayaya tasyaha kukshim gata krishno Dvitiyo Vibudhai Stutaha. That Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki after transferring Baladeva to the womb of Rohini by the power of Yogamaya. Yogamaya and Mahamaya, two of the Mayas that we have seen in our previous classes, Srila Prabhupada introducing them as two sets of Maya who help the Lord in this material world, or to serve the Lord in this material world by executing various activities for the Lord. And one of the activities Yogamaya does is to transfer Baladeva from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. And all of this is done for what? So that Lord Krishna can do various pastimes. Yeah, and we've already now we have a set of pastimes in the shloka itself. The killing of various demons. Chanura is a nice killing. You can keep on discussing for your entire lifetime of the various fantastic activities of the Lord, and in that way purify ourselves by discussing and debating and about the Lord, about all of the activities of the Lord, so that we all get purified and go back home, back to Godhead. And therefore, so many stories, so many different philosophical viewpoints, so many different angles of looking at each story, each point. Yeah, and that gives the because we jivas, we need a occupation also, right, to keep fighting about various things, to look at different point and to keep on proving how my point is better than your point. That happens also in spirituality. Yeah. So, but as long as it is in relation to Lord Krishna, it is all purifying. That is the amazing thing, and therefore Lord Krishna does all of these activities. Here we see, but there are many powerful demons such as Shalva who began to persecute them. At that time, Jarasandha was Kamsa's father-in-law, extremely powerful, and therefore Kamsa also took advantage and help of various different demons to create so much of problems for the various jivas. Okay, let's see further what happens. Yeah, Prashant Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Te piditani vivushuhu kuru panchalakekayan shalvan vidarbhan nishadhan videhan koshalaanapi.
Very nice.
Persecuted by the demoniac kings, the Yadavas left their own kingdom and entered various others like those of the Kurus, Panchalas, Kekayas, Shalvas, Vidarbhas, Nishadhas, Videhas and Koshalas.
So obviously all of these Jarasandha and the demons and Kamsa, everybody around them, in from Mathura to all of these other places, all these people, the Yadavas, they left their own kingdom and went to. Okay, so then what happened there? Yeah, Rashmi Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण एकेतम् अनुरुन्धाना ज्ञातया पुरया परयुपासते हतेषु षटसु बालेषु देवकया औग्रसेनिना सप्तमो वैष्णवं धाम यमनन्तं प्रचक्षते गर्भो बभूव देवक्या हर्षशोकविवर्धनः.
Very nice.
Some of their relatives, however, began to follow Kamsa's principles and act in his service. After Kamsa, the son of Ugrasena, killed the sixth son of Devaki, a plenary portion of Krishna entered in her womb as her seventh child, arousing her pleasure and her lamentation. That plenary portion is celebrated by great sages as Ananta, who belongs to Krishna's second quadruple expansion. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so that is the birth of Baladeva, who is now come into the womb of Devaki. And interestingly, Kamsa has killed, Kamsa, the son of Ugrasena, has killed six sons of Devaki. The plenary portion of Krishna, that's the expansion of Krishna, and we all know that the secondary expansion, or rather the second plenary expansion. The four principles are Vasudev, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. The second time, the first Sankarshana also further expands into another four, and that second one is celebrated as Ananta is what Lord Shukadeva Goswami is telling. Krishna's second quadruple expansion. Now we've seen in our yesterday's discussion, Krishna expands into so many different avatars, plenary portions, this, that, so many things. When he does Sambhavami Yuge Yuge, he keeps coming again and again in this material world to help everybody. And here he comes as the second quadruple expansions just prior to his own coming. Srila Prabhupada explains who these people were, who these relatives were. So some of the relatives were Akrura, who stayed with Kamsa to satisfy him. They did for various purposes. They all expected the Supreme Personality of Godhead to appear. As soon as the as soon as the 7 children are killed, or the seventh one is moved, they were eagerly waiting for Lord Krishna's appearance, and they thought, okay, anyway, if we have to wait, then let's anyway try and anyway Kamsa is going to go away. We will at least be nearer to Krishna because Kamsa has imprisoned the mother there. By remaining in Kamsa's association, they would be able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead take birth and display his childhood pastimes. Interesting, right? That they are supporting a demon for the ultimate purpose of trying to get association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the reason for them to, and that is the interesting, it's a very interesting angle, because that also means that for preaching purposes, you can go anywhere. We don't have to take their association, we have to give our association. It does not mean if you go and, like Srila Prabhupada went to America, he did not take their association, and started behaving like them. Rather, he converted everybody so that they behaved like him. By following 4 regulative principles, by doing japa, by doing kirtan, by eating only Krishna prasad and all of that. So that is the point here, that many times you have to remain in demoniac association, so that it is for preaching purposes. It is for an ultimate purpose of helping the Lord in getting as many jivas back home, back to Godhead. Akrura, then we all know the story. He goes to Vrindavana to bring Krishna and Balrama to Mathura. Another point Srila Prabhupada highlights is the word paryupasate. Let's read this particular part, very interesting. And in relation to some of our discussion yesterday. Niti Mataji can read this.
Hare Krishna. The word Paryupasate is significant because it indicates that some devotees wanted to stay near Kamsa in order to see all these pastimes of the Lord. The 6 children killed by Kamsa had formerly been sons of Marichi, but because of having been cursed by a Brahmin, they were obliged to take birth as grandsons of Hiranyakashipu. Kamsa had taken birth as Kalaneni, and now he was obliged to kill his own sons. This was a mystery. As soon as the sons of Devaki were killed, they would return to their original place. The devotees wanted to see this also. Generally speaking, no one kills his own nephews, but Kamsa was so cruel that he did so without hesitation. Ananta Sankarshana belongs to the second Chaturvyuha or quadruple expansion. This is the opinion of experienced commentators.
So that's the backstory here of Kamsa killing the 6 of his nephews, and in a sense they were to be killed because that was their curse, so that they come here in the material world and leave as soon as possible, and that is done by the various activities of the jiva based on the various karmic reactions that he has to face. Okay, let's read further. Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Bhagavanapi Vishwatma Viditva Kamsajam Bhayam Yadunam Nijanatanam Yogamayam Samadhishat.
Very nice.
Translation. To protect the Yadus, his personal devotees from Kamsa's attack, the personality of Godhead Vishwatma, the supreme soul of everyone, ordered Yogamaya as follows.
So interesting, right? Yogamaya, as the servant of Lord Krishna, does various biddings for him, and here, in order to protect the Yadus, Lord Krishna is ordering Yogamaya for with something. Let's see what that something is in the next verse. But here, interestingly, Srila Prabhupada refers to this particular verse, Bhagavan api Vishwatma viditva kamsajam bhayam, with the commentary of Sanatana Goswami. He says, Bhagavan Swayam is Krishna, Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. And we all know he is Vishwatma, the original supreme personality, a super soul of everyone, because of his plenary expansion as the super soul. This is confirmed here. Kshetradnyam chapimam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Lord Krishna is a kshetradnya. We all know two kshetradnyas are there, the soul and the super soul. And he is the original source of all expansions. We all know there are hundreds of expansions. We saw that yesterday, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. But here in this material world, the Vishwatma, the super soul for all living entities, is Shirodakshay Vishnu. Yeah, that is the definition here of Shirodakshay Vishnu, the super soul of the entire world. He enters into every Jivatmas, wherever the Jivatma takes a body. Along with the Jivatma in that body, the super soul also enters as Shirodakshay Vishnu. Stated here, Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Who is the Hriddeshe here? The original Kshetradnya. The original Kshetradnya, the original owner of everything. Bhumir, Apo, Analo, Vayu, Kham, Mano, Buddhir, all of them belongs to the Supreme Lord. They are all Lord's external energies. And the Lord himself coming into the center of all of this as Shirodakshay Vishnu. Now the Supreme Lord is situated in the heart of all living entities. Krishna is the actual Vishwatma. Yeah. Okay, so interestingly here the second paragraph is also quite interesting. Let's read this. Yeah, Srinivas Prabhu, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. The affairs of the super soul pertain to Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, but Krishna took compassion on Devaki, his devotee, because he understood her fear of Kamsa's persecution. A pure devotee is always fearful of material existence. No one knows what will happen next, for one may have to change his body at any moment. Tatha dehantara prapti. Knowing this fact, a pure devotee acts in such a way that he will not have his life spoiled by being obliged to accept another body and undergo the tribulations of material existence.
Correct.
This is
such a beautiful and powerful line, right? So this is applicable for all of you. You all know this. Knowing this fact, what fact? Tatha dehantara praptihi. That we all believe in reincarnation. It is Krishna's established fact in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, that every jiva goes through the cycle of birth, old age, disease and death again and again and again. Yeah, and therefore one who knows this, he will not act in a way that he will have to accept another body. Yeah, so every one of our actions need to be tempered with this particular aspect, that is this action going to create another body for me? And if you're all very intelligent, we will try and ensure we don't do that action such that it will create another body. And what do we try to do? Therefore, every action we do it as a sacrifice. Every action we try to make it with zero karma. We try to make it akarmic. Yeah, and that is nothing but devotional service. So when every action is done as devotional service, automatically no further bodies. And this bhayam, this is what is the bhayam of the material existence. What is the biggest fear everybody has? If a person who knows what the real fearful thing is, the real fearful thing is, I am going to get another body. Oh my God. One more birth, one more disease, one more old age, one more death. So such a person, because of the fear of the cycle of birth, old age, disease and death, generates or creates or does actions such that it does not create any further bodies. That is the point here. Yeah, go ahead, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. This is bhayam or fear. Bhayam dvitiyabhiniveshatah syat. Bhagavatam 11.2.37. This fear is due to material existence. Properly speaking, everyone should always be alert and fearful of material existence. But although everyone is prone to be affected by the ignorance of material existence, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is always alert to the protection of his devotees. Krishna is so kind and affectionate toward his devotees that he helps them by giving them the intelligence by which to exist in this material world without forgetting him even for a moment.
Yes, what a brilliant set of words, right? Yeah, so many things Srila Prabhupada is trying to explain to us. Yeah, one, of course, that many times it is very, very difficult for the jiva to fight against Prakriti, fight against the very nature that he is born inside. Imagine the jiva, we are all sitting with covered with, bhumi, rapo, nalo, vayu, kham, mano, buddhir and mano, buddhir and ahankar. All of them we are covered with these 8 coverings, which are, and in the center is the jiva, within that is the jiva. Imagine to fight this entire covering of Maya and then try to do devotional service. It is so difficult. Ignorance is just covering the jiva totally from top to bottom. And what he says, such a point, although everyone is prone to be affected by the ignorance of material existence. The ignorance of material existence is nothing but the propensity to enjoy. Enjoy away from Krishna. Yeah, and therefore, when one shows even an iota of surrender, what does the Lord do? He rushes to protect that particular jiva. Krishna, he says, is always alert to the protection of his devotees. Rakshishyati vishwasaha. When we say this particular point, a person who has full faith on Lord Krishna will never be afraid. And we've had this amazing discussion, if you remember, in our story of Durvasa Muni and who's the king? Ambarish Maharaj. That when Durvasa Muni's demon, when that fire is coming to engulf Ambarish Maharaj does not move an inch at all. Why? Rakshashati Vishwaso. He had full faith that Lord Krishna will protect me. And if he doesn't protect me, then that is what Krishna also wants it that way. Yeah. And the same thing, imagine Durvasa, he starts running away when Sudarshan Chakra comes to follow him. Isn't it? It would have been so brilliant if he just stands there, okay, Sudarshana Chakra, kill me, no problem. If you kill me, then I will get liberated. Because it is the instrument of the Lord, right? But no, he wanted to protect himself and he starts running. So the surrender is the surrender. This is Rakshashati Vishwaso, full faith that Lord Krishna will protect me. And Lord Krishna will definitely protect. Krishna is so kind and affectionate towards his devotees that he helps them by giving them intelligence by which to exist in the... What is the intelligence? Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. That is the intelligence. The daily japa of the Lord. All that is intelligence. Doing the devotional services to the Lord, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, deity worship, chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regulative principles. All this is intelligence. And when we execute this, or when we show an iota of intelligence, what does the Lord say? Tesham evanu kampartam aham adnyanajam tamaha nashayamyatma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. That within the heart I will give them knowledge out of compassion for them. That's what he says. So beautiful, right? Tesham evanu kampartam. Kampartam is compassion. Out of compassion for the jiva, I, dwelling in the hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Automatically the ignorance goes away. And we all seen, we discussed in the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, ignorance results in lust. Lust is the all binding entity in the material world, and when ignorance goes away, lust goes away. And therefore, one of the most important outcomes of reading the Bhagavatam or doing devotional service is that our lust for material enjoyment should start to wane, to start reducing attachments to ourselves. The most strongest is the ego. That attachment should slowly fade away. And of course, that attachment which results into lustful propensities for material sense gratification, all of that also should reduce. That is the shining lamp of knowledge, destroying the darkness born of ignorance. That is what here that means. So very important that we should assess ourselves every time to see whether our devotional service is helping us or not. How do you check that? We've discussed, of course, reduction of anger and reduction of attachment to various material things. All of that should happen. Only then we are saying that we are getting benefited, and definitely we will, because the Lord is alert to all the difficulties that we are facing. Yeah, so that is what we have to do. And of course, the best yogi that comes in is the last verse of the 6th chapter, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. Who is the best yogi? This is the definition. So when we do this, which means our devotional service is progressing, what do? Abide in Krishna with great faith. Rakshashiti Vishwaso is a symptom of that. Worshipping Krishna in transcendental service. Most intimately united me in yoga, which is japa or devotional service. That is the highest of all. That is the person who is the best of the yogi. So that's what he says. For the bhakti yogi, a human body is guaranteed in his next existence. So just in case we do not complete our yoga at the time of death, we think of something else. But we have attempted to remember Krishna all our lifetimes. What does he say? In the next birth, he will try and give us, or we will get a human birth. So if nothing else, at least human birth is guaranteed. Of course, we don't know how much bad the Kali Yuga would have become by that particular point of time when our next Janma comes. But that will help us to progress from whatever point we have left off in this Jiva. Suchinam Srimatam Ye. So therefore, the Lord here says, Yogamaya is the spiritual potency of the Lord. Out of affection for his devotees, the Lord always stays in spiritual touch with them. Although otherwise his Maya potency is so strong that she bewilders even exalted demigod like Brahma. But for the Jiva, the Lord is Vishwatma. He is always there to protect the Jiva from this harsh aspect of Prakriti and helps the Jiva to come back home, back to Godhead. So very powerful paragraph, entire purport. Please try and read this in detail. You've just seen some of the highlights here, but very, very amazing purport, this one and even the previous one. Hare Krishna. Okay, so let us stop there for the day. Any quick comments or thoughts to what we have seen today? Yeah, Priya Mataji, go ahead.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, this 10.11, Jnana Deepena Bhas, that one in the shloka that comes, Lord Krishna dwells in the,
Tesham evanu kampartam.
Yeah, he dwells in the devotees' hearts, and with the help of a lamp of knowledge. So the Lord only gives that knowledge.
Lord,
I mean, he has the lamp.
Correct.
He
Lord
has
is
the
there
lamp.
out of compassion for them, I dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the lamp of shine, with the shining lamp of knowledge. So basically, the Lord gives us knowledge to the heart. We've seen this. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye. How does Lord Brahma also get his knowledge? When he does tapasya, he gets the knowledge through the heart. Even right now, how does Lord Brahma gets his instructions for Bhumi Devi and for the demigods? The Lord speaks through his heart. As Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, the Lord speaks to Lord Brahma through the heart. So even for the Jiva, who at one point of time was also Brahma. Every one of us, we were Brahma at one point of time of some universe. Yeah, and from there we've come down to this particular position. Maybe so many other yonis we've gone through. Now we've come through this particular point where we have understood that, oh, I'm taking so many births, now I need to stop this cycle. Yeah, and therefore he at the right point of time is giving us this knowledge, and this knowledge is equivalent to a shining lamp which destroys darkness. As soon as if darkness is there in this room, can you push the darkness away? Can you in any way push darkness away? What you have to do, you have to introduce a new thing into the darkness. What is the new thing? Knowledge. When knowledge comes out or a lamp comes in, darkness automatically vanishes. That's what the Lord does in the heart. He just gives knowledge through the heart. And that is the
Prabhuji,
process that happens automatically. How? That's what the enlightenment process is, right? We all know Buddha sitting under the Bodh Gaya tree and suddenly he got enlightenment. That was nothing but Dhyana Deepena Bhasvata. The Lord coming into his heart and opening his eyes to realization.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, here, I don't know whether I'm too much thinking about it. The Lord, is he different from the lamp of knowledge, Prabhuji? The shining lamp of knowledge. The Lord
That is
is
only an
dwelling
analogy
in.
given, no? The Lord gives knowledge. So are you saying is knowledge a
No, the
different
Lord
entity? The
himself
Lord is a
is.
different entity?
The Lord himself is knowledge, full of knowledge. I mean, he himself is one of the fountainhead of knowledge. Or I mean, he is dwelling in. I mean, is he separating himself from the lamp of knowledge here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's not relevant, or I mean, how it
I
is.
mean, you're asking whether knowledge is a different entity and the Lord is a different entity. Yeah, it is.
Or I mean, it comes from the Lord. That is absolutely there. But is knowledge um,
Different from the Lord.
from the Lord? Yes. I mean, like ignorance. Ignorance is also from the Lord. Is the knowledge?
Ignorance is lack of knowledge.
Uh,
And it's
yeah.
also the back of the Lord, if you remember, in the fifth or the fourth canto we saw.
Yes.
Yeah, so in that sense, that even ignorance comes from the Lord. Ignorance is not different from the Lord in that sense, we can also say. But yeah, whether it's a different entity altogether, I think it's a different entity because that is what the Lord says in the creation chapter also, discussions that we had long time ago. Yeah, I don't remember the exact verse now or the canto, but I remember discussing about Lord being ignorance coming from the Lord's back and all of that. It is definitely
This way, the bhakti is. I mean, it's the. I'm trying to put Lord above everything. I mean, in the sense, the knowledge he gives for the jiva to swim across the ocean. It is part of the Lord. It's not just. I mean, the Lord has many
everything
other.
is part of the Lord in that sense. Even the jiva is part of the Lord. Mamaiva amsho jiva loke. So in that sense, everything is part of the Lord, but there are some things which help the jiva to go towards the Lord. And therefore we do that, right? Anukulasya sankalpaha. What is beneficial for me, that is what I will accept to go towards the Lord. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, in that sense, everything belongs to the Lord. I don't think there is any differentiation.
The knowledge is compared to the breathing of the Lord, the Vedas especially. It is mentioned, the Vedas are the breathing of the Lord. I think in the first canto itself, when the Brahma heard that Vedas, they are compared to the breathing of the Lord, and Vedas are nothing but the knowledge. So Vedas are created to give guide guidance to the human life, so they will come out of the ignorance. That's why the Krishna said, Vedesha Sarvarahamaya Vedya, Vedanta Put, Veda Vedachans. So they may be the non-different from the Lord, but as Prabhu says, yeah, they're the guide for humans to come out of the ignorance and know Him, which is hidden in the Vedas.
You know, what I'm trying to say here is this is the difference I feel. I mean, trying to decode that this Advaita philosophy, knowledge itself is not the ultimate, but the Lord is the ultimate. So, so that way, I mean, so I mean, it's not. I mean, probably in Advaita philosophy, they just stick to that knowledge
Jnana yoga.
part of it.
Yeah, jnana. Jnana
Hare
as in
Krishna.
knowledge.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. On a lighter note, till my Prabhuji asked questions, I think I understood something. But when he starts asking question and he starts explain it, I feel, oh my God, I don't know anything. I am back to zero.
He's a true HR person.
Oh my God.
Prabhu is making us, going more absorbed in the topic.
He ensures we will keep thinking about it the whole night.
Yes. No, this will continue after the class.
Exactly. Hare Krishna. Okay, great. So if there are no other comments, let's close with closing prayers. Yeah, Mamta Mataji, can do closing prayers.
हरे कृष्ण अहं सर्वस्य प्रभवो मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुधा भाव समन्विताः मच्चित्ता मद्गतः प्राणा बोधयन्तः परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहम् अज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता अहमेवासमेवाग्रे नान्यत् सदसत्परं पश्चादहं यदेतच्च यो वशिष्येत सोऽस्म्यहं हृदयेऽर्थं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्यादात्मनो मायां यथा भासो यथा तमः यथा महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषु चावचेष्वनु प्रविष्टान्यप्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु न तेष्वहम् एतावदेव जिज्ञास्यं तत्त्वजिज्ञासुनात्मनः अन्वयव्यतिरेकाभ्यां यस्या सर्वत्र सर्वदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.